This weekend is YCS Pittsburgh, the first YCS I will ever attend. This YCS is one that is going to be very important to me because it is the first time I'm going to see a lot of my friends in over a year, and most of them since I moved states about 2 months ago. Now this YCS is going to be very weird for me because I'm actually not going to be playing main event. If you guys have played Yu-Gi-Oh! Currently, the main event is just not very good. Now luckily this isn't a big deal for me. As you guys know, about 2 months ago, or I guess about a couple weeks ago now, Konami blessed us with a brand new format, Genesis format, which is what I intend to be playing most of the event. I'm also just going to be hanging out with friends and really enjoying myself. It's going to be a fun time, I think. So, as most of you might have gathered, one of the other things I'm going to do is vlog the entire time, because first experiences only come once. I've got my car packed up, I've got tons of cards, decks, snacks, all the stuff to go. So let's go ahead and hit the road. I got about a 6-hour drive, so come on with me to my first ever YCS. While I'm traveling to the YCS, I figured it would be a good idea to talk about some of my ideas and thoughts about Genesis and my deck choice going into the YCS. Now, I'm recording all of this after the fact, so I have some hindsight, but I'm not going to spoil anything, and I'm not going to be doing any deck profiles in this video. This is just going to be about vlogging and my experience. If you guys want to see any of the deck profiles that I mention or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment and I'd be happy to look at it. There was only a couple decks I wanted to look at for Genesis. There's a lot of strong decks, Radiant Typhoon, Archmage, Odeon, all really good decks, but the problem is they're not decks that I had nor wanted to pick up, so I really had to look at my collection and say, okay, what decks do I have that are playable in Genesis, right? They don't use Link or Pendulum monsters. What decks do I feel confident with, and what decks do I think can be adapted to the points list to really take advantage of their inherent strengths and not needing lots of points to shore up weaknesses. So there's really only a couple decks to look at for that. So first was Super Quant. Super Quant is a very strong deck, got new support very recently. None of the main or extra deck cards are pointed, so you can put all of your points into non-engine and supporting the main deck. A lot of the supporting cards are also free. Things like Minimalian and Vingel's Blessing are decent. Unfortunately, we can't play Diviner, and Terratop did get a points adjustment before this YCS, so that was kind of out. But that doesn't mean that we don't have other options. Other than that, I had Black Wings. Black Wings was one of the first decks I looked at because I knew I had the whole deck. I didn't need to buy any additional cards. There was nothing I needed for the core. But in practice, and I did practice for about 2 weeks before I went to the YCS, I was just finding that the boards were getting outed very, very easily. You were ending on 2 or 3 monsters, including a Towers and the Tax Dragons. They would get Lava Golemed. They would get Ultimate Slayered. The Towers in Armor Master was just a little too small, being 3k. Meant that a lot of decks could boost up and hit over it. Lunalight was another deck that I had the option to play. I did play that deck in advance for a long time, but I don't know. I just feel like without the Pendulum monsters, you're playing a very different deck than I'm used to, and I wasn't sure I was going to be able to make that transition to a Genesis deck from a deck that I was used to playing in advance with all these Link tools and the Pendulum monsters to extend and fuse, all that kind of stuff. Other than that, we had some other decks like Ice Barriers, which I had everything for, but again, in testing, it was just a little too weak. I found that Lancey was getting outed all the time. I found that the locks that it could produce were very easily maneuvered around by the top decks, and there just wasn't a lot of board presence despite getting a draw 4 in your mainline combo. We also had Monarchs. Monarchs are a very strong deck, but not a deck that I was practiced with, so that kind of got put on the back burner, especially because I needed to pick up 2 more of the new IDOS Monarch. That's probably everything that I brought with me. There were definitely other decks that I was considering, but nothing that I really felt was good enough and I could get my hands on in such a short period of time. I think I've spent enough time talking here and just rambling on, so let's go ahead and get on to the actual YCS in Pittsburgh. Duncan, what deck are you playing? How far are you going to go in the tournament?
I am playing 41 cards. Actually, I'm playing 40 cards that make me smile, and my deck list is 41.
Classic.
It's the 41st.
Nibiru. And I'm going to be out in round 7. Thinking 6 or 7.
I'm going to kill you. Noel, what you going to play and how far are you going to go in the tournament?
Mitsurugi Yami, I'm going to lose round 2 and 4, and then I'm going to play Genesis, and I'm going to win my first flight. Probably get second, actually, on my first flight, so that means I'll be in the ship for day 2. The only thing with that is that single elimination, so I'll probably lose like round 3.
Classic, I like it. Michael, what deck you playing? How far are you going to go in the tournament?
Crystron K9, aka RoboCop's probably going to lose by round 4 or something.
I like it, I like it. Dawson, what deck are you going to play and how far are you going to go in the tournament?
Malice, day 2.
Day 2?
Be out at around 14, 15.
I like the confidence. Zohair, what deck are you playing and how far are you going to go in the tournament?
I'm playing Mitsurugi Yami, and I'm gonna lose on the bubble last round.
Yeah, always happens, always happens. So we made it. We left at 9, advance started at 10, and traffic was terrible. There was a parade outside. Great timing, right? So I dropped off. Everyone who's playing advanced, they walked in. That was about 9:40-ish. I had to find parking, and that took me until about like 10. Then walking here, I came in at about 10:30. So first round is well and truly on its way. Yeah, good luck to everyone. Genesis, I think, starts at noon, so it's gonna be a minute. All right, so we are out of the Genesis qualifiers. I was able to enter 2, did not get past top 4. Unfortunately. All right, so we're here on day 2. One of us made it, so good luck to Duncan. I'm wearing my glasses today, and I did not shave and everything because one of us, not naming names, got up, woke me up while I was sleeping in, and said like, "Hey, we want to get to the event by 9." And I was like, "Why? Public events don't even like start registering till 9. We're fine." He's like, "Yeah, but the 3v3 starts at 8:30," and I was like, 3v3 starts at 8:30? It's like, are you sure? He's like, yeah. 3v3 doesn't start till 10. Made me get up. But I put together a Machina deck, so that's gonna be fun. And we're in flight 15. 14 was just called, so hopefully we'll get called soon. If I top with Machina, not Quant, might be upset. So, we're back from the YCS. I didn't win any of the Genesis qualifiers or flights, unfortunately, but that doesn't mean I didn't have a great time, and I walked away with a ton of cool stuff. First off, this mat, this was my big prize for the event. Super cool looking. I love the blacks and the reds. I think it is super sleek. I saw it Friday. I was like, I'm getting me one of these. And it was only 10 tickets, so I only ended up having to enter 5 tournaments total. So in total entry, I think I spent around $75 in entries to get these, or to get the tickets for this. I only ever got past only ever got to the semifinals of any of the flights that I entered. So unfortunately, I didn't get to win any of the Genesis tournaments, but is the first paper Genesis events that I got to play in. I learned a lot, and it was super fun. But even though I didn't do good, a bunch of my friends did do amazing. 3 of them did get second place in the Sunday 3v3 tournament. So that was super cool. They got some really sick uncut sheets. They moved them before I got to take any pictures. They traded them and all that stuff. But Duncan, one of the people who is in the first part of the video, he actually did get 9th place with Malice. We were super upset that he bubbled right at the top. Super unfortunate for him. But he did do amazing. He did tell me in dinner afterwards that he apologized to me. He forgot to shout me out because Friday night or Thursday night, Friday night, I forget, we were running games and I was playing my Super Quant deck against him, and he was on a Snake Eyes Malice build. And he lost that match. I was playing Genesis Quantum versus Snake Eye Malice with Lynx and all the hand traps he could ever want, and he lost. And he switched to pure Malice because of that, because I was saucing him with Magnus. And he switched and he got 9th place, got top 16 mat, got top 16 prize card. We were super happy for him. Obviously, we would have loved to see him go all the way. Congratulations to everyone else who did participate and do well, but we were all very, very happy for Duncan. On top of that, I got a bunch of packs that we are going to open later. Should be very fun, but I did want to go over some other stuff that I got. So first off, the eFootball promotion. I was super surprised when I saw they were doing this. I thought we had run out of time for this. None of my local OTSs were doing it, and I forgot to ask at the one big tournament that I went to during the normal time for this promotion. I actually don't really care about the Rescue Rabbit too much. I actually want the Neymar token in here, so we'll go ahead and open this up. I do actually have a token collection, which I do want to show off at some point. These are not super easy to open. Oh, I'm using some insane. And there it is. So this is the card that I really wanted, a very, very shiny token. The Rescue Rabbit is very cool. We might throw this in the 2014 format decks where you can play the wonderful Exciton Knight. But the token is what I really wanted for my token collection. So that is cool. I don't have a sleeve off the top of my stuff, but we'll go ahead and just grab one here. And there is the Rescue Rabbit all sleeved up in his jersey and his totally not pants. I also picked up a bunch of cards. So first off, shout out to Michael. He gave me my third Platinum Rare Icarus attack. This is not a super expensive card, so he just hooked me up with it. I did actually bring Time Wizard or Time Travel to the event, but they weren't listed in the side events. You actually had to ask to run a flight, and I never did, so I never got the chance to play with it. But it will be going into my Edison deck for all the Edison locals that I attend. We picked up 2 Eidos, the Underworld Monarch, for the Genesis Monarch deck. I just traded for these. I traded a Kaiba Man for these 2. And the funny part is I traded for these on Saturday. Sunday, I was looking through one of the vendor's bulk bin and found a stack of these for $1 a piece. So it was a little unfortunate that I overpaid for these, but yeah, it's whatever. I also picked up some other cards from vendors. I picked up stuff to play the Red Rose deck. So we got 1 Jiraishin, which is just a generic card that is pretty good, 2 Bramble Rose, 2 Rage Rose Witch, and 3 Black Rose Garden. I do think the Red Rose or the Rose Dragon deck is actually quite good. I think it has a lot of potential, mixing it with other generic engines like Therion and Dragon Ruler and stuff like that. So I wanted to pick up the cards while I had a chance, and they did have everything, and it was reasonably priced. The other cool thing I wanted to show you guys is obviously big YCS in America. There was tons of content creators and YouTubers there, including me, but one of them was Peeps Yu-Gi-Oh! And I actually asked him to sign my, let's see if we can get these. I actually asked him to sign my Machina Citadels. I brought Machina because I thought I wanted to play it in Genesis, and I actually did get these signed on Saturday, so I played Machina on Sunday. I didn't do amazing, but that was because I had bad matchups. But I did come up with, I think, a very, very cool deck for Machinas to play in Genesis format, and I will be doing a deck profile on that shortly, showing off some of the combos and really testing it when I have more time than just the night before, after, you know, a very, very long day of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So Peeps, thank you so much. It was very, very awesome to meet you. Yeah, so these will be my forever set. I'm super happy that I brought my Machina cards because I didn't expect, I didn't know who was going to be there, so I'm very glad that I at least got something signed. And that is about it. So let's go ahead and tear on into these packs. So they were giving out all different kinds of packs. So these 2 sets right here were for the Actually, no, it was these over here. So these are for the 2 qualifier flights that I went into, Mega Pack and Supreme Darkness, and the 3 normal flights I entered I got info and 2 things of Cyberstorm access. So really interesting spread of packs. We're gonna go to open them. I figure there's no point to not, it'll be fun. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. So Cyberstorm access, I don't think we're gonna get much out of here. I think what you want out of Cyberstorm access is, oh gosh, there wasn't a ton, but I remember there's some good stuff. Wannabe, very good card. I wonder if that's a decent Genesis card. So while we're opening these, I'll talk about some of the Genesis matches I played. So the first Genesis qualifier that I went into, I actually got to the semifinals. That was the second one that I entered. The first one I ended up losing, I beat a Dragon Duelist who was on Punk Gold Pride Psychic. It was a very fun matchup. He was a very nice kid. I was very, very excited to play against that deck. It was very fun to play against, but I did end up winning, and then in the second round of that, there was 2 missing, so it was actually just defaulted to the semifinals. And I lost to Dracotail Shadal Invoke. Very strong deck. I think I could have gotten it out with Magnus in time, or with unlimited time, but unfortunately in time, we were just grinding each other too much, and I didn't actually end up getting anywhere, so I just decided to concede. We were getting way too close. I could tell that he wasn't going to, which is totally fair. That's up to him, but I figured I might get some more points out of it if I did concede as opposed to getting a double loss. Speaking of Punk Gold Pride, Cherry Carry, that was in this set, I suppose. Second flight, I beat. What did I beat? I won the first round. I believe I played against. Goodness, what did I play against? It was a long day of Yu-Gi-Oh. I did win, and then the second round I lost to Vanquish Soul. I was not surprised to see Vanquish Soul. I was just surprised that people still wanted to play it after how many hits it got. Numbers Evil, great card. So that was that. The first flight I went into afterwards, I again beat Psychic. This time it was just Psychic Punk. There was no Gold Pride in it. And then I lost to Mystical Space Typhoon, an incredibly strong deck, a deck that probably needs to be addressed in some capacity moving forward. Oh, there's a Mimigul Master, if I didn't already have like 6 of them. Very strong deck, very, very interesting deck. I had never played against it before, and I was not prepared for it. Despite having magic deflectors, it just didn't matter. The other 2, so that was all of Saturday. Sunday, I played in just normal flights, like I said. I lost to Odeon on Machina. It's really hard because that deck doesn't actually care at all about the destruction that like Citadel and Fortress can do. So once they got established, there really wasn't much I could do. And unfortunately, I just fell to them. And then the final flight that I entered before I got enough points to get the mat, because you do get 1 ticket just for entering, and then you get tickets for every additional win. I ran up against Chainburn, another deck that I just was not expecting in any capacity. And yeah, it was a very quick game with all the burning, hand traps, battle stop, all the good traps that you can play. There was not a lot that I was able to do. We're well and truly into the Suda packs now. I'm still trying to remember the first round. I think it was against something. It was against Fabled. That was the first round of the second flight I entered. It was Fabled. Really cool deck. Really awesome guy. He was very fun to talk to. Yeah, it was super cool. I was surprised to see people playing it. And yeah, there's a ton of other cool decks. I have 4 of these now. I have 2 secrets and 2 promo ultra rares. Goodness gracious. Alright, well at least I did get a secret. Megaton packs, these are the only ones I know. We want Chaos Angel, I think the Blue Eyes QCR, and the Albion the Sanctifier Dragon are the good cards to pull out of this. So we've got a Snake Eyes Poplar, Chimera Tech, and that's about it. Yeah, there's only 1 secret and 1 QCR in each of these. So yeah, overall, first YCS was very fun. I did not appreciate the drive home. The drive home, it was snowing the entire time. So yeah, not super fun. Ooh, Cell Synchro Stardust. That's not actually a bad card. So that was fun. It was a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh though. I can see why people get tired and stressed after just hours and hours and hours of Yu-Gi-Oh. But overall, it was fun. I think that's like the worst QCR and secret you could pull. Iproli Noir though, not bad. And the last one here, hopefully we get something good. Astrolabe, the leg, and that's about it. So unfortunately, not too much good out of these packs, but not too much bad either. I will hopefully be posting deck profiles and like combo videos and stuff for the Genesis decks that I played. Like I said, Quant is a very fun deck. You'll probably see some amount of gameplay and testing in theory before this part of the video. Obviously I haven't recorded it yet because I just got back. I wasn't sure what I was going to play to begin with. But I definitely want to go over the Machina deck that I did play because there is a lot of cool stuff that I think that deck is capable of. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching. Catch y'all later. Bye.